Hey everybody, time for another SnakeHerder video. I thought I would take an opportunity to share one of my very favorite snakes with you. I'll probably bring out a couple, but this is my 100% het pied female. She's the mother of the pastel that I featured in my second video. I just wanted to do a little bit of video about het pieds. I think that not enough attention is paid to hets. Everybody wants, a piebald or, a caramel, whatever, but hets can be some of the coolest snakes. I did a little article on my website about that, how some of my favorite snakes are hets. So they're like they're magic snakes, they look like normals more or less, and when you breed them together, you got that 1 in 4 chance of producing something exceptional. And piebald hets are one of my favorites because they tend to look a little off or a little different than normals. I've seen pictures and I've known people who've had 100% het piebalds that just look like as normal as can be, but this girl does not really look 100% normal. You can see she's got a lot of blushing in the sides, and got a lot of, she doesn't have the traditional alien head patterns really. She's got a lot of weird dots, things like that. And she's also got a really cool stripe down, her like last third of her body is striped really neat. And she has what are known as het pied markers, which I talked about a little bit in that video. I thought I'd take a chance to show you on a bigger snake where you can really see how the belly is white, and she's got a hold of me pretty good here, but down the sides you get these black borders, and she's being a good girl, showing off everything, making it real easy for us all to see. And she's a big, healthy, beautiful snake. This is a 2007, and she's been an absolute perfect, ideal feeder, grower, everything. That's why, and she's just a complete lamb. I mean, she's actually, honestly, the only ball python of any size that's ever bit me. My own fault. I had rat smell on my hands, and I thought I can just sneak in there and change her water dish real quick, and she won't mind. Reached in there, and she was hungry, and she tagged me. No big deal. A little bit of soap and water, and I was just fine. But she's just a sweet snake, and really cool looking. Just got a unique look about her. I guess what kind of inspired me to do this video is, everybody likes the pastel possible het pied that I'm pretty sure is a het pied, and got a lot of weird stuff going on in the pattern, as is common with het pieds. But her first clutch last year, the reason I ended up breeding her to a pastel was because my het pied male, who is a 2008, that was both of their first possible year of breeding, and he was big enough, but he was absolutely scared of her. I put him in the cage. He wanted nothing to do with her. So I put my big 2005 pastel male in with her, and breeding was right away, and I got some awesome little pastels, and even just the possible hets were really cool looking. But I think I'll take out my het pied male and show him to you. But again, the reason I'm showing these guys today, other than just because these are my favorite snakes, I think, out of all my hets anyway, is next weekend, that would be Sunday, July 3rd, is the day that I'm planning on cutting her clutch from this year, which is her first clutch with a 100% het male. So I have a het pied to het pied clutch, and these will be my first piebalds, hopefully. And I'm really hoping. I got 5 eggs. I got a pretty good chance. You get a 1 in 4 chance with het to het, and I think with 5 eggs, I'm really hoping I got at least 1 piebald in there. It'd be really awesome if I do better than that. For sure I will have a video going, and I'll make sure that everybody gets to see as soon as I know. Let's put this girl back. Like I said, she seems to like being out. My het pied male isn't quite as sweet-natured as this snake, but he's never bit me or anything. He hisses once in a while. And he's got a unique look about him too. Not quite as unique as this girl. And that snake's just freshly shed too. I've got a lot of shedding going on in the last week or so. I'll try to keep this from getting too long also. I know I tend to go on and on sometimes, but this is the 100% het pied male that she bred with this year. And he's got really darker, richer colors. He's really warm right now. It's actually his very warm day here, but and he's got the really white stomach and the black borders on it. That's the het pied markers. Not all het pieds have that, and not all snakes that have that are het pieds. So it's not a guarantee, but when you do a het to het or any breeding that involves a snake that is a het or a piebald, there's a really good chance that the ones that have those markings are hets. So, but he's got a black back, which is one of my favorite things about him. I just think that's really cool. I have my Xanthic, who's really puny, same age as this snake, and he's a fourth the size, and he's a lousy feeder. He attacks everything I give him, but doesn't swallow everything. But this guy's got the one-eyed aliens on his side, as you can see, for the most part. But I call this guy Hetfield because he was one of my first heterozygous snakes I ever bought, named after the vocalist guitar player that a lot of you, I'm sure, know who I'm talking about. But this guy's Hetfield. The female I just had out, his name's Svedka, after one of my favorite cocktails. And yeah, I get that question a lot too if I name all my snakes, just because the collection gets big, and I don't name all of them, but sometimes there's certain personality traits or just some reason that I feel like naming one. So I have, like, my albino doesn't have a name, but this guy's got a name, so does the female. I think just before I get any more long-winded, I'm going to show one more het, or possible het in this case. This is another snake from last year. This is one of Svedka's babies. That is a 66, or actually a 50% possible het pied. But again, this is one I think has got really good odds. Sorry that I'm talking through the back of my head. But this is a little guy. He's not as big as his sister that you saw. But again, he's hissing at me. I'm pretty sure this guy's a het pied. He's got some crazy cool markings for a normal. And this was a pastel to 50 or a pastel to 100% het pied breeding that produced him. He's got the white belly. He's got the little black borders. And this guy is actually one of the only snakes for sale on my website right now. A lot of my snakes go out the door without ever making the website. So feel free to email me if you have questions about snakes for sale. But until everything starts feeding from this here, there's not going to be much up there now. But he's got a lot of also these hooks in his back that a lot of people say are kind of signs of genetic strange things going on. I love the little pattern on the end of his tail there. And this guy's really cool. He's actually been spoken for and then turned down a whole bunch of times. So he's still available, and he's not expensive because he's a 50% possible het pied. But if somebody wants to get a cheap piebald project going, this would be a really good animal to start with as far as for a male. I mean, you got really good odds with this guy that he's a het pied. Again, it's not an implied guarantee, and it's reflected in the price. I'm selling him pretty cheap. If you're interested, you can take a look at my website, www.snakeherder.com, and got this guy's listed under available. But he's got a really bleached out head too. He's got the top half of his eyes are really kind of yellowish gold, and pretty snake. But just a little video on het pieds. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.